9. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
Live here now, back on Pete Race TV, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you here to the All-Star race here of SRM Truck Series and their showcase today at the Talladega Superspeedway. I got everyone. I am the Crusader Christian Schreier, joining you guys here today as we get ready for what looks to be an all-out warfare of attrition and control to be the best driver out on the block. There's only one, though, that can remain on top. But first, we got to find 2 drivers from our stage here to go into that race. So let's take a look at our starting lineup here today. The 18 is going to be Sharon Slate with the outside, and the 91 it'll be Noah Hinkle. Row number 2 is going to be Robert Gray, and the 3 the outside, and the 85 it is TJ Lear. Row number 3 is going to be David Greenleaf, and the 58 the outside, and number 24 is Kelly Hyatt. Row number 4 is going to be Daniel Pinkston, and the number 8 the outside, and the 98 is going to be Sam Maxwell. Row number 5 is Philip Wilson, the 4 the outside, and the 51 is Jesse Singleton. Row number 6 is going to be Matt Mingle, and the 12 the outside. In the 38 it is Patrick Jenks. Final starter in the field, Joe Tardif, the number 1. Now, you're probably wondering at home, how is this going to work? Well, as I'm going to put up on the screen here, you will see here there is 2 stages. The first stage, we have selected the winner that gets ahead in the lap number that gets ahead on lap 10 and takes a checkered flag. They will be the ones to enter into the A main event. Those in stage number 2 then will go the distance and try to claim that final spot to enter into this All-Star A main event. Philip was saying not running this heat race today here. Philip, well, join us here on the show here, my friend. Looks like a good number of them will not be in the first start, of course. So that's going to line our field down into the battle zone, into the ranks. Here we go. We'll set them down on the track. Philip also saying he's locked in the main already, so that will kind of stretch out our field even more so here. Drivers going to continue to get themselves squared up and ready to get out of here. A lot of folks looking carefully on the ominous sight that is the awesome and the almighty Talladega Superspeedway and our Track Tech Talk here presented by Speedmaster. This is how we look at it. The SRM Truck Series rebranded now fully in SRM Racing League. This is how it looks right now currently. This is kind of a big round of track here for how many cars we got. It's going to be a lot of drafting, a lot of pushing and shoving, trying to make the best out of it you can, try to see what you can go for. And from there, pretty much, it's going to be just kind of take control where you need and see what you can do here. Definitely nobody is safe. We'll talk to Tardif and Philip Willis here a little later on here as we're about ready to get the drivers to get off to the green flag start here for the stage. Leading them down to the brinks, to the bases here. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing here on Pizza Race TV. Take a listen to the guys here as a little later on as we're about to get them down on the track. Start to the go. Off a turn 4 to that front straightaway here to the Speedmaster starting zone. We lead our troops down to the first set. Their first race of the day begins. Big drive off out of the gate here from turn number 1 to turn number 2 here. Sharon Slate going to take the early advantage here. Noah Hinkle up on the outside, trying to make some moves, trying to make some run there. Wawa 91 here trying to get ahead of the Fury 18, while the Fram 85 here, TJ Lear looking to make his way in. Will enter in to the A main today, but of course we got to figure out who that 2 will be as everybody leads their way down across the track and down across the plains here, trying to find any kind of openings, any kind of shots, really taking the momentum here. Dated by DJ Lear though all over the place there as the number 3 Robert Gray brings a good rinse service machine right up into the fight. Ankle taking it to the bottom immediately here as we get listening to some of the drivers here that will be going in the A main here. Philip Willis, already talking with you there a little while ago. We've heard from you in your story here about making the A main, but for you right now watching these gals going at the heat number 1 / stage 1, I mean, does it kind of get you guys riled up a little bit and ready to go for it?
Sure, I'm just looking to see how good they're drafting in the pack, and like I say, who's going to come out on top tonight. This ought to be interesting to watch.
It ought to be indeed here. I know there's a lot of hard races and hard drives through these fields and through this track today for these guys. I gotta ask you though, how difficult it is with these kind of trucks really to kind of take control of how it is to run on this surface and on this playing field for you guys?
Well, I'm one that likes the high side. It's pretty stable up there. You get down there on the bottom and you're in line with each other. It's hard to see what's going on when you're in the turn. So at least on that high groove, you can see a little bit more of what's going on around you. So it's my way of just being a little bit more secure and keeping control of the truck when someone's throwing a bump in the turn where you really don't want it. So you kind of anticipate a little bit, but if you get 3 cars bumping, it's going to get a little dicey for the one in the middle. So kind of have to lay off of it and mind your P's and Q's until you get down to the last lap.
Certainly the case indeed here. Well, I guess I'll ask you one last question since we're kind of letting these drivers just go at it right now.
Sure.
With the way we're going to see airflow, and as you mentioned, just to kind of bumping and banging around here a little bit to get these trucks as fast as they're humanly possible. Really, who do you think out of these drivers right now battling it out as we go 3 wide saluting down through turn 3? Oh, a little trouble down there. Robert Gray getting clipped up there. Does recover though.
What a save.
Yeah, what a save indeed. They lost a lot of speed, unfortunately. But I was just going to ask you, I mean, does that kind of add on to the nuisance that is the struggle of having to make, you know, big moves or really having to watch out for these kind of bumps and these hits like that?
Yeah, you kind of have to time it right. You can definitely side draft off these trucks and slow one lane down versus the other, but like I said, you get to banging pretty hard. It gets a little hard to maintain that front nose steady. So you don't want to do it in the turns. You definitely want to do it coming out of the turns and on the straightaways, and you can really get a good momentum run. And if you keep enough trucks behind you, you'll move to the front.
Yeah, absolutely indeed. All right, well, Philip, we appreciate your time today here. We're going to go ahead and send you back in, listen to some of our other drivers as we get ready to crown ourselves a winner here in Stage 1.
Thank you, Christopher.
Yeah, absolutely. Philip Willis, ladies and gentlemen. We'll take it down now and talk about another driver of theirs that's in the A main already, Joe Tardif, the number 1 here in Tardif. I know right now, kind of looking on as well. We just talked to Philip Willis, and he's saying pretty ramped up and ready for the A main. But what are your thoughts on how this All-Star race is going to play out, and how do you think it may go for you and the team?
I mean, with the smaller packs we'll probably have, it's going to be all momentum and side draft all night.
With all night being a bit of a clairvoyance here as well. I'll ask you this too. I mean, we're seeing these drivers really pushing the limits and pushing their gun as hard as they can on these trucks, but do they have to maybe worry about overheating a little bit too much and they're trying to push too quickly, you think?
In practice, I really didn't run into too much overheating. But I mean, if we're going to be pushing for, say, 15, 20 laps, it could become an issue.
They could be indeed here. I'll ask you one last question like I just asked Willis earlier. Do you think that at the end of the day, with the fuel mileage and the run you guys are going to have, is that going to be able to hold up enough? Or do you think that it'll be more of about who can just get to the front first and then continue to hold that on for the rest of the time being?
My strategy is always to be at the back and kind of wait it out. But with this pack, I think I'm going to want to be in the front 2 or 3 and hold my spot. I think that's going to be the winning strategy tonight.
Sure there. All right, Tardif, thank you for your time down there.
Thank you.
Joe Tardif, ladies and gentlemen. Field continuing to battle out a little bit here. Currently, we're watching on as Daniel Pinkinson trying to make a move, trying to stabilize it down, while David Greenleaf tries to make a move off on the outside. Everybody trying to jump the outside line. TJ Lear certainly one of them here too. Coming down around off the front straightaway though. Still it is Kelly Hyatt taking control of the Furniture Row machine, able to make his move and make his mark and firing it down. Seems like Hyatt may be having a little bit more momentum, kind of kicking up on that top side there. It seems to be working out A-okay for him here. Let's take it to stage number 1 right now. We got about 18 laps left here between these drivers here. Remember, the top spot will enter in to the A main in stage number 1. Hyatt still hanging on there, no ankle, trying to ramp it up, trying to stabilize off a bit there. Fram 85 and TJ Lear also trying to deal with the Hellman's 58. David Greenleaf right underneath them. Every driver for themselves here trying to get the better of the other. Big push off there, sends them in deep 3 wide, entering down. And Hyatt trapped in the middle, nowhere to go there. Momentum starting to sway a little bit more. Hinkle and Greenleaf right now, they are absolutely pushing, trying to claim that spot, to claim that top end there. Although that could be trouble, they hang on. Lift up the fenders though. Does that affect the airflow around the truck? That's going to be a big question here. Greenleaf trying to hang on though. He's got Daniel Pinkston making his way through. Remember, this is for the top spot, entering in stage number 1. And they are clipping, they're hitting, and now they're wrecking. Pinkston sent on his way. Trouble abroad. And I think Henkel was ahead at the moment that caution came out, so I believe he'll get the stage win. Pinkston definitely cannot be too happy about that though, knowing he got kind of jammed out of there and kind of hit on a rocky note. Presented by Speedmaster, here is your PCM Racing TV Instant Replay. See, a 24 just gets lacked up, and you can see as soon as Pinkston was gone, it was all but over. Kelly Hyatt also involved in the spin. Couldn't quite get a grip of that truck as we didn't even get a good look at them when they were coming around. Pinkston and them just kind of slipped, jived, and then spun down through. And again, at least the Denver Mattress Furniture Row is able to at least stabilize and stay out of trouble for the most part, but definitely is going to have a lot on their plate entering into stage number 2. That is for certain. And the field going to racket themselves back up into position here. Time to listen in here around to the track here. We're listening to some guys already locked in the A main. Jesse Singleton already one of them there. And Singleton, you know, there's one thing we've always talked about here on the show is how much percentage on win streaks you've been able to put up and really been able to take down. But Talladega's a bit of an omen, a bit of an ominous beast to kind of get everybody put more in together. How do you feel kind of going into this race knowing you're going to have to really work with everybody else rather than use your skill on the track?
Oh yeah, it's about working with everybody. You know, you still got some skill in drafting and putting your. It's really about putting yourself in the right situation there at the end of the race. As always, staying clean towards the front of it and putting yourself up front and at the end of it.
For yourself at the end of it and really hoping for the best and making or breaking your day. But Ostis too as well with how treacherous and crazy this is going to get. Do you think it could get a little wild here or could get a little bit crazy to kind of hang on with, you think?
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna get wild and crazy, especially towards the end. I mean, that's super speedway racing for you. That's how it always is, and that's how it's always gonna be.
Certainly indeed. Well, Alex, one more little question too here. Well, we have to switch into the next lobby, next host here. How much do you think transition-wise the track for effect on the airflow, the temperature, as well as the trucks themselves? Because we have noticed before that sometimes weather can play a bit of a factor in getting drivers a little bit more rallied up or being harder to get the bottom or the top line to work.
Yeah, you know, heat. You know, you get a lot of heat in the track, and it really loosens it up, especially at a super speedway. So, you know, if you got a real hot track like it is now, you can't push as much as you can when you got a real cool track. So it's gonna help. It's gonna be a little later, so we should get a little cooler track temp. You'll be able to push a little more, but when people try to push a little more, it seems to get a little bit more crazy.
Certainly the case indeed. All right, well, Singleton, we do appreciate your time down there, sir. Best of luck when you enter into the A main.
Yep, thank you.
Jesse Singleton, ladies and gentlemen, chatting up with us here as he represents and tries to get himself squared up onto the track. Time to listen in here to another guy that's entered already in, Matt Mingo, and the number 12. We'll watch him a little later on, but Mingo, great to have you back on the show here, sir. And as you're kind of looking on here, you just saw that little crazy hit, little spin there that Kelly Hyatt and the 8 of Daniel Pinkston had suffered through. Do you think these trucks are really having a hard time kind of getting around the fender factor of being kind of touched or kind of getting into a bad spot?
I personally think it's just guys trying to get in, just pushing it to the limits and a little bit further. And at the super speedways, it's pretty easy to get it to get sideways on you or get out of your hands. So I think that's really what is happening here.
And with that kind of being the case too, I know when you guys have packed back up there for that 60-lap main event here, I know a lot of focus on the drive really determining on your eyes and your mindset. But for what you're trying to do today, do you think that if a win here could kind of rejuvenate the team, really get yourselves back into some confidence level for the playoff races to come?
Well, I mean, personally, from being part owner of JDM, it's looking pretty good for us in the playoffs. I think we have, all but one driver in the playoffs, so we're pretty happy about that. With the three of us, or with the top three were all JDM drivers, so we're pretty good on that fact. But I think a win here would definitely, or hopefully at least, snowball into a good chance at playoffs.
Certainly the case indeed. Mike, I guess I'll ask you one last question as I've asked the other boys here. But not having to run in this scenario or in this situation, Do you think that being in the A main actually was a little easier to kind of work around and be able to have some more pressure to be dealt with?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping that I'd be able to run some more laps with Impact because it's been a while since. Because I missed Talladega earlier on in the season, and Dega got ended short. I was hoping for some more laps in pack or in draft practice, but I mean, it is what it is, and I don't even think I've finished a super speedway race on the
Well,
lead lap, so it's gonna
well,
go good tonight.
I mean, it's a good chance to get it done. Get it done tonight, man. Might as well try to shoot for it. So, but nevertheless, best
Yeah,
of luck to you and the team, and let's see what happens down on the track today.
thank you. You too.
Matt Bingo, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Jenks now joins us on the line.
Hey guys, just want to let everybody know after this race, I want to give a little talk to PTM, all the viewers, and all the drivers. So everybody just be paying attention to that, and congratulations to the 58 and 91 for qualifying for the main event.
Alright, you guys are loud. Noah Henkel and David Greenleaf are in. We've got 2 more still need to be decided here in stage number 2, right, Jenks? Yep, he kind of jumped out on us there. I'm pretty sure we need 2 more here now. Let's get back to it. What will be the final 2 to enter in? Chances are high, hopes are high. 10 laps is what it takes. Sharon Slade looking to try to get her name into that lineup there. Kelly Hyatt looking to try to come back from that little hiccup there that they had with Daniel Pinkston. Daniel Pinkston, the Deadpool number 8 machine, trying to do what he wasn't able to do, unfortunately, and that was finish out that stage. You gotta look closely and look hard to the controls and to the turns, trying to find openings when they can. No lanes to give out, no lanes to give had. Kelly Hyatt just trying to work with Sharon Slate to make sure that they can both get into that final leg, that final A main. They know there is so much at stake and so much on the line here. They're just trying to hold it down. Again, we look at the overall pushing factor here. Again, 5 cars in this one, 5 trucks. Knowingly have to try to stay within their own rounds, their own grass static trouble, and really keep the pressure on. There's a lot on the line and a lot of openings have to go with and deal with. And they are trying desperately, as it seems, to keep up with that factor and keep up with what all plays into this race. Looks like Pinkston going to try to work with Hyatt this time. Now they're going to bring it to the top side, back onto the bottom lane. They have got the lead and the second spot lined up. Pinkston trying to keep momentum up, trying to put the pressure on. More and more we go, the longer it will become. Very interesting to see indeed. Time to take it down though and listen in to the driver that just made it in with Noah Hinkle. Ladies and gentlemen, David Greenleaf now joins me. Greenleaf, you had to kind of push yourself a little bit harder there on that last bit before that caution came out at the end of the stage. But for you and your team now, you advanced it into the A main, and with Noah Hinkle, I mean, how much did this race kind of help you to get you really focused and mentally determined to drive through in the A main?
you know, it's Talladega. It is what it is.
Yeah, it definitely is what it is here, but seeing as you kind of really pushed your limits up there earlier on, I mean, do you think some of these gals may be getting a bit more aggressive than usual, or do you feel like you're just kind of pushing yourself right up there with them?
Yeah, I'm right there with them, I guess. I mean, only 4 people go on from this, so, you know, kind of had to be there.
Certainly do indeed, and looks like they're already kind of pushing themselves a little bit more as we go. So, Greenleaf, I'll just ask one last question here. In the AMA, what's the strategy going to be? Try to lay low, or do you think you're going to try to push your limits a little bit quicker and then get up to that front as fast as you can?
That depends on where I start. If I'm in the back, I'm probably gonna hang back a little bit, watch for the wrecks, and if I'm up front, just send it.
All right, for sure there. Well, nevertheless, do appreciate coming on board. Good luck in your AMA, Greenleaf.
Thank you.
David Greenleaf trying to prepare himself up here. Let's listen to the other guy that made it in real quick, Noah Henkel. You joined Greenleaf as well. There we talked a little bit ago about what it took to really get around in this kind of track as they're going 3 wide down on the backstretch, but you had also to deal with a lot of trouble there from dealing with the pressure on that 18 as well as the 24 and the 8, and even TJ Lair kind of intervening sometimes. What's it going to really take in your mind, though, to win the A mixer, and we just had to go through in this little stage break gains?
Well, I think it's just going to be about bringing it clean to the end. I was focused in that first stage, just getting up front, trying to stay up front, just get it over with. I'm glad I did. I feel like the actual All-Star race can be a completely different beast.
Could be indeed here. I'll ask you this little question too. With the way this is going to play out, do you think that whoever can really get the outside to work may be able to actually win this one out versus having to run the bottom all the time?
Absolutely. That bottom, or the high side rather, is very, very strong if you can have a good pusher and just people who can hold their line. If you can get the right people up there, it's going to be unbeatable.
Unbeatable indeed. All right, Hinkle, we're about to finish this out, so we will see you guys here in just a few short minutes. A few short minutes indeed, as trouble brews. Kelly Hyatt getting taken for a bit of a jump there. They all want that spot. They want to enter into the final rounds. Coming down to the corners, though. Looks like it's going to be... Whoa, looks like that might have been Pinkston and Lear there across the line. Sharon Slate trying to get back quickly underneath, looking to try to take control. Slate would have been knocked out there. Very close though, and again you can see Kelly Hyatt trying to rally the troops back up quickly and fastly, trying to push up as fast as they possibly can to get back into this. Question is, will they have any chance to be able to do it? Backing them down through the corners here. A little bit more time left on the clock. Very few laps remaining though. They know what's at stake and they know what's on board here. Slate right now trying to just get it ahead of TJ. Wasn't that time. Henkel and Greenleaf. Excuse me, Henkel and Greenleaf already in. But that's kind of how they end up having to push their way in, was getting a little bit of help and a lot of workarounds there. Fields threading it out, trying to thread the needles, looking for momentum. They're all trying to get up as quick as they can, trying to push up as far as they can. Slate doing much more than just that, getting close off the ties. Kelly Hyatt, after being completely narrowed out, nudged out, fights their way back into it here as they drive them straight across the line. Final laps remaining. Just don't want to be the ones in last, but TJ Lear not gonna last either. He's gonna drive it and get it into the 3 of Robert Gray. And I don't know how they'll score it. If they score it now, it'd be Pinkston and Hyatt entering into the A main. Sharon Slate, TJ Lear, and Robert Gray would be eliminated. But talk about having to make a comeback there. Pinkston and Hyatt both ending up on chopping blocks there earlier on, fighting strongly to get back into this race. So it looks like they are going to score Pinkston and Hyatt into the A main. I believe that's how they'll score it down. So that will end our lobby here. We're going to be taking a quick short break here, folks. When we come back, we'll be joining you guys back here on the show in a new lobby and a new host. We'll see you here in just a minute as we get ready for the A main event.
Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Hey, the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's race day. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, currently as I get these fixed, there we go, I got that fixed. We are now here on the showcase back here with the guys right now currently, as we're getting ready to go down at it. Here right now we are with the All-Star Race open again. Practice is in session, so there'll be a few minutes here real quick while drivers get settled in and all that. Here we do have Mr. Jenks with us here on the line. He will be with us in just a few short seconds. He will be giving you guys a little bit of an info on something that he's got going on. I don't personally know what he's got going yet, so without further ado, we'll give the floor and the call to Mr. Patrick Jenks, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, guys. My name is Patrick Jenks. As many of you know, I am the owner of the SRM Racing League. I'm here to make a few announcements with you guys for the playoffs and for this race. So originally, we were only going to allow the top 4 from the Heat-In, well, the All-Star Open as we called it, but I have decided that we are going to let everybody from the Heat into the main event, including anybody that is joining still with us now. So as far as that goes, we are going to talk about the rewards for this race. We only posted 5-point playoffs, 5 playoff points, my bad, on purpose, but it will be 5 playoff points, $100 at the end of the season, and you'll be receiving a trophy from the league. We want to thank everybody for the amazing rigorous season that we had and all the drivers who participated throughout the season. I appreciate all of you guys being here. And we have one last thing to announce. We will be leaving Friday nights to move to Tuesday, Thursdays. We will be keeping the truck series, and we'll be introducing a new series coming shortly. We already have the schedules done for both series, so everybody, welcome to the 2023 racing season. And I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and everybody have a Happy New Year. After this race, we will see you back here on January 6th, Friday night, 8 p.m. with Auto Club Speedway. See you all then.
Well, you guys are loud and clear there. Big moments, big stuff coming up for the next season, as well as what is to come here in the rest of this season. Jenks has made the call and made the workaround, so that is how we are going to set them up down on the track here. So we will be back live, of course, January 6th in the playoff series. Take a quite little break there as well for the moment there on the track. So field right now preparing up for what they're going to be up against right now here on the show. It's only a couple more minutes left. We're going to get everyone into the track and into the slate here. If we go quiet here, guys, just know we have not left the building. We're just currently letting drivers get settled in. Looks like some drivers coming from the heats are going to join some of the A main guys right now as well. Maybe get a little bit more practiced up on their session. Get squared away on the track here. Good number of drivers right now just getting their feet wet, getting themselves squared up on the track here. You know, there's a lot on the line right now. There's a lot in store and in the playing field. Again, the drivers you just saw in the heats going to come out here and try to run their line out and see what they can bring to the table. You can see at the end too, just already getting an idea and a feel for what they're going to be put up against, what they're going to have to deal with. They know they're not going to be getting away that easily this time. They're going to be more focusing on the control, the momentum, as well as everything else they got in store for them. They've got to kind of watch themselves and really watch it out on the track here, and they are going to be well aware of that. just kind of patrolling each other up, ready to kind of size up for the race that they're enduring here in just a minute. It's a lot on the line. A few more minutes left in qualifying, excuse me, in practice here. So we're about to let these drivers reel and deal their way onto the track here and prepare for what could best be described as a long, hard fight from start to finish here out on the track. About 2 minutes left here, folks. We'll get on to qualifying here and see where these drivers will place out. Of course, we will start with 60 laps here. There are 3 stages here, so be well aware of that. That could make the difference between anything else. Final seconds remaining here now, folks. We're going to get the drivers set onto the track and get them ready to go out of here for their 60-lap A main event. Practice has now come to an end here, race fans. Let's get down to business. Time for some open qualifying here to get these drivers rallied up and out on the track here. Joe Tardif exits stage left onto the track here. He is getting ready to go. Here comes the rest of your field of drivers here as well. Dominic Lee, Philip Willis, Joe Tardif are going to go on their draft to start out. One center comes out, the rest come in as well. Everybody right now trying to prepare up and get themselves squared up out on the track here. Again, drafting going to be extremely crucial. Drivers going to be well aware of their surroundings, are really set on their tones and on their positions here with only about 7 minutes left in qualifying. So Philip Willis, Dominic Lee, and Joe Tardif working together right now to gain the most speed and the most power out of the track. Trying to get themselves squared up while Singleton, Jenks, and Mingo now look to tango on terms of their drafting as well. Looks like Patrick Jenks is going to get himself a good time out of the gate here with Singleton and Mingo working with well. Philip Willis, though, was able to outmuster all of them. And Tardif now will swap it up to the front of the pack here. Philip Willis, Joe Tardif, and CH, as well as Pats fans, join us on the call here today. Thank you guys so much for joining us here on the show. I know I have not been as talkative as I usually am. I am currently just kind of saving my voice. A little bit exhausted throughout the week. We've been pretty busy here back behind the scenes and that kind of stuff. So just kind of getting ready for everything that's going to about to come your way here. Looks like everybody currently just trying to figure out their strategy as well. See, maybe they want to go on ahead and just do a little bit of a draft off there, a little bit of a corner there. 4 minutes left on the clock right now, race fans here. Tardif has got the fastest time so far. Jenks, Mingo, Singleton, Willis, Lee, all trying to get their times settled up. Got about 20 drivers returning on the show. Grant Turner, Sharon Slate, Josh Patterson, Grayson Collins, Kelly Hyatt, Ray Courtney, Daniel Pinkston, David Greenleaf, Noah Hinkle, TJ Lear, Robert Gray, and Zachary Stevens, all coming out on the track today. And if you remember as well, our heat there, everybody joining us, despite the chaos and all that ensuing there. Every single driver is going to join us in and really race it out here on the show. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock still. Well, a minute and 50, I should say. Time running out though as they get ready to field them down in and get ready to bring speed up to top-notch levels. So much on the line here for these drivers. Cardiff still top spot. Dominic Lee right there with him though in terms of the position, in terms of the key points and advantage. Everybody you see right now also has not qualified in from their original heats. They have already made it into the A main via their points and their draw they had. Allowing them to do this 60 lap feature certainly will bring out the best and the toughest of drivers in this case. Final second slide out. Tardif is going to take the top spot away here. He will be your fastest qualifier. Now it's time to begin the main race itself, the one you guys have been waiting for all day. A main event time coming up. Well, we're supposed to be hitting another race here. It looks like the officials have kind of given them just a little bit more time, I guess, on the track to get a tack talk or a little idea of like what is about to come their way. Looks like we finally got them up. Yep, it is time to go now, race fans. Here we go. Take a look at the starting lineup here today. On the pole, it will be Joe Dardiff, and the number 1 on the outside, though, and the number 98 is going to be Dominic Lee. Run number 2 is going to be on the outskirts of the number 4, Philip Willis. The outside of him, and the number 12, it's Matt Mingo. Run number 3 is going to be Jesse Singleton. The 51 on the outside, and the 38, it is Patrick Jenks. Run number 4 is the 02 of Josh Patterson on the outside, and the number 7, it is Grant Turner. Run number 5 is going to be Brayson Collins, and the 5 on the outside, and the number 99, it is Ray Courtney. Row number 6 will be the 85 of TJ Lair on the outside. That will be the 58 of David Greenleaf. Row number 7 is going to be piloted by the 9 of Daniel Pinkston. Outside the 47 is Zachary Stevens. Row number 8 will be the 91 of Noah Hinkle. The outside in the 63, it's Lucy Nunmacher. Row number 9 will then be Kelly Hyde in the 24 on the outside, and the 3 is Robert Gray, and finally Sharon Slate pilots the 18. The Keystone Star is saying here, and here we go. Indeed, we are ready to go here in the action about to bring to the house. Stage 1, lap 20. Stage 2 will be lap 40. And then they let them loose for that final set on laps. No matter what happens, though, you know one thing is for sure. Things will get wild, it will get crazy, and it will be an absolute slugfest for 19 drivers making it on the call today. Only one is going to be able to be crowned the All-Star Race winner, though. Laps from the distance. Saw what 25 laps will do to some drivers and what it'll bring to them as well. Now they face an even challenge in itself. Line them back down here off the corner distance from the front straightaway off turn 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go. Line them back in, and it's time to fire them up. Finally, the main begins. Stage number 1 in session. Grant Turner and Zach Stevens having some troubles getting out. Speaking of having troubles getting out, getting out of the troublesome spots there, it looks like the 93.5 of Josh Patterson just completely smacked in immediately off of turn number 1, got down to the outside. Meanwhile, up ahead, Brayson Collins wasting little to no time in the 15. He is 3 deep up on the top with Dominic Lee in the middle. I guess these guys wasting little to no time really caring for themselves or anything else. They just want to make their position to make their mark. Willis up on the top side right now, trying to get the Publix machine in control. Speaking out of control though, there's problems up ahead here. Caution to Bruce. 3 trucks involved. Matt Mingo in the 12, and as well as the 85 and TJ Lear. Big trouble there off the distance, unfortunately. And once again, Talladega rears its ugly and decisive head, making for a bit of a maddening little spot out of the gate. Like Mingo got kind of trapped there between him and Patterson. Everybody else trying to avoid it. Bingston trying to stay out of the way. He already gone through enough as is in his mind. Even the 3 of Gray there couldn't quite get out of that mess in time there. We'll take a listen in real quick to some of the guys down on the track here as we get now back onto the showcase here. Robert Gray joins me here on the call list here. Gray, I know try to avoid all the madness there and pretty much getting trapped out of the gate just like you did in the heats. What's going on down there with this crew and this team for you today?
I'm just trying to stay in the back, keep it clean, and I thought I had a good shot of missing that, but it's a new group, so I'm just learning how stuff works. But we still got a chance, got 2 fast pairs, got plenty of time to get back in there. I'm just going to ride in the back for the first 2 stages, or at least till stage 1's over, and then after that, try to work my way up.
With the damage on the front of the nose of the truck, does that kind of affect the heat and the oil temperature or the water temperature at all, you'd say?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm using my fast repair for sure on this one. It's all banged up.
All right, well, great. Appreciate your time down there. We'll see what happens as you get ready to rally them back in.
All right, thank you, buddy.
RT Gray there trying to get something squared up out on the track, trying to figure out something there as well. Lucy Noonmacher right now on the 63 Snap-on tool is coming out onto the track once again. So we'll listen into them real quick here as the Snap-on 63 joins back here on the show. Lucy, great to have you on the board for the first time here. And right now, as you get ready to kind of deal with these guys again, what do you think so far on the level of aggression these guys are bringing to the table? It seems like we're getting a bit all over the place, anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first lap and everyone wants to make moves like it's the end of the race, but at this point it's just going to be survival, I think.
Survival to the end, survival to the finish here. Oskia, during they have that little wreck there, don't see any damage on the truck, but I'm presuming the truck getting cleaned up and carefree is going to help the airflow around the truck today, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's feeling good so far, and super speedways are usually my good luck charm, so we'll see.
For sure there. All right, well, Lucy, nevertheless, welcome to the show for the first time, and best of luck as you get ready to get back at it with these guys.
Thank you.
Lucy making her all-star race debut and her SRM Truck Series debut here on the show. So my quest to have every single iRacer or driver and any big name to little name out there to come on the show and have a little fun watching them race out while having their call covered continues, and so far I've added another one to the list. All jokes aside though, let's get back down the action here. Currently we are going to be on lap number 4, 3 laps in so far for the SRM Truck Series. The all-star race right now trying to find their way around the place and trying to find their way around on the track with control and consistency in mind. Leading back down off the ends here of the front straightaway to the Speedmaster restart zone. Let's get him back up away here on the show. Back around down off the exits here and in through the corners we go. Every driver trying to stay in their own little world, their own little spot, trying to stay out of trouble. A lot of drivers though are already getting extremely on it here. Uh-oh, that's not what they want to see. Huge wreck ensuing and big rock off the top. Ray Courtney in the 99 slammed on down. And a violent wreck there off a front straightaway here. Sees Brayson Collins completely knocked out of this one. Oh my goodness, and Ray Courtney could be joining him. What a violent hit there, unfortunately, getting trapped up in that mix-up there. Look at it here. It looks like Dominic Lee. I mean, oh my word. Brayson Collins got some tank time on that one, man. He went completely airborne. Courtney, I thought honestly got a huge wreck out of it, but no, actually, I think Collins might have beat us out there to the punch. Took a staggering hit there. Take a look at his onboard camera here. I don't know if the people at home are kind of squeamish, but fair warning. Yeah, you can see the camera just completely got thrown out of the window and off the wall there. There wasn't much else to throw, but completely destroyed there, so we'll have to put a new camera in while he's in pit road, but I think while he's in there, I think he's asking for a new race, because honestly that would look like he just got completely destroyed and taken out for a ride there. What a tough break there for him in this case. Let's take it down now here. Listen to Grant Turner right now here. Grant joins us back on the call here, and Grant did make it out for the first part of the race, but as the caution kind of threw out there, then you come back in. Now you're in the top 5 already. How hard is it just to keep this Teku 7 out of trouble, though?
It's quite difficult because of it being a super speedway, but you just take it as it goes. Just make sure everything's fine. Try to just stay out of the trouble that goes on around you.
And with that kind of in the point of view as well, as some of these guys just seemingly getting very high on the aggression level, do you think that some of them may be just kind of hurting themselves more than they're actually doing any good to really get up to the front?
Well, I know it's all about strategy, trying to make sure you're there at the end, whether you're up there up front or in the back or even in the middle. It's working around other people's strategies that will really get you to the end.
For sure there. All right, well, Grant, we appreciate your time down there, sir. Best of luck as we get you ready to reel him back down.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. Grant Turner, ladies and gentlemen. Turn to listen to some of the other guys right now here. Zachary Stevens on the line here. And Zachary, I know this was not the way you wanted to start this day out here on the 47 McDonald's machine, but as you're trying to get back squared up here with the field and with the drivers here, do you think you got a chance to get them laps back and maybe put up a fight with them on the front?
Oh yeah, I'm only one lap down now. I was getting in late from work, but we're just gonna try and keep it clean, have a good race, just ride around for a little bit.
Well, I mean, keeping it clean, having a good race was something someone did tell me a minute ago they tried to do, and it sounded like they didn't quite really escape the madness that happened up front. For your case here, is you're going to be able to kind of avoid them when they get a little too crazy up there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hang back for now and hopefully be able to miss everything that's happening, try to get this last lap back, and then get up there and try and get up to the front here in a little bit.
Sure there. All right, well, Zachary D, appreciate your time here, sir, and best of luck as we get rallied up back onto the track.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Zachary Stevens, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you've heard drivers say already that they aren't trying to race like it's flat the last lap on the first set of laps, but now they get to have a way to figure out how much longer they can go without crazy, getting a little too reckless here. Green back on out. Well, it looks like they may have calmed down a little bit. They learned their lesson a bit from starting out so crazy, but I don't think that's going to really bug them too much. You know, position and control of the drive is going to be what they're always all about here. There's no doubt about that in their mind, but still, a lot to give and a spot to take, and they know what they must bring to the table. About 1/6 the way through this one here. We're gonna look in further as we go. And it looks like some run up on the top side here. Sharon Slate already trying to push some limits up there. She's been up clear before. Remember earlier on in the heats to get into this A main. She had moved her way up front, then got it down on the bottom and kind of blocked everyone for the while there. But now finds herself in the A main looking for that top spot. Tardif, the number 1 right now, kind of leaning up to the top side here. The 24 Kelly Hyatt and the 9 Pinkston staying in control and staying kind of on a more rapid level. Lucy Newmacher there, we talked with her a little earlier on. She's been trying to kind of focus in and stay away from too much trouble here in her PTM Race TV debut, as well as her SRM Truck Series debut here. It's like getting a little whacked out on the rack on the outside, smoke burrowing down, dust and debris flinging off the wall there. Said drivers try to avoid trouble up ahead. Brayson Collins and the number 15 machine staying down low as everyone else passes him through. Collins he's going back in, looks like, for the big run down there. Everybody right now trying to evade trouble or trying to push their limit up a little bit as good as they can. Grant Turner in the number 7 right now, kind of leaning in on the bottom lane here. Newmacher, Pinkston, they're all in that mix up too. Mingo trying to push some momentum up to the front as well. Everybody on the outside trying to stay lined up and staying in control. As you heard some of the drivers say earlier, that's what you kind of got to do. Get that line to work and get that chance to really hit up. Haven't really been able to do that just yet though. Jenks though, looks like he doesn't want help and doesn't need any help in his mind. He's going dead on broke. Slim Jim 38 machine absolutely cooking it up and ripping it around on the track there. Pinkston though right there in that mix is still trying to hang on. I think it's a little bit of a whack, a little bit of a drop there on the Deadpool number 9. That was Mr. I think that was actually, I'm trying to see who that was exactly. They got a little nudge there. I think that might have been Jenks actually, or Collins, excuse me, it was Collins. That was the one that got him there. Bill Bliss there up top side. Jesse Singleton, I know for sure that's him up there because the complete diesel has been just pushing everything to its wire there, and it looks like you only need 2 drivers on that top side to make it work through there. And as they go right up into the background, Patterson drives it completely up there with him, gets a good drop, but Dominic Lee is your race leader. Hanging on though, he knows he's got laps winding down, still has a few more laps remaining here in stage number 1. They are 4 deep there right on the playing fields. That is no man's zone there, that's no man's land. They'll hang on though. deep up there again here. No man's land once more. They are still hanging on though. Newmarker, Willis, Singleton, Turner, Tardif, all crunched up in a massive pile-up track. Keeping themselves clean and clear of this can be. You can just see too just how far and how stretched out they will become as they go along more for the ride here. It up a little bit though. Looks like John Fashion's going to take the lead away there from Dominic Lee. Gonna drift it up a little bit here, trying to block, trying to defend. Not so sure I tried doing that, but that might not have been a bad idea, or it might have. Dominic Lee wrecked out completely, almost taken out of control. The field wrecks himself out completely, is what I meant to say. As another huge wreck ensues. Just when you think things would get a little bit less out of control, we seem to be back to square one, ladies and gentlemen. I see where we're wrong. Looks like the 63 Newmarker there was what got trapped in that bunch, and then everything else kind of insinuating and ensuing in there. Definitely a broadcaster curse agenda I have thrown on the 63, so I apologize to Newmarker. I guess I gotta introduce her to the broadcaster curse and what it's like here on the show. You can see they leaned the men down, though the number one of Joe Dardev kind of clipped up, catched in, and then the rest of the field just pounded down on the track. 24 Furniture Row. Nowhere to go and everywhere to get coincided in. Just a massive, massive hit. Just a tough break there and a bad wreck, unfortunately, ensuing out on the track. Thankfully, 2 instant repairs to be used and can be used anytime. That will certainly be all their saving graces for that one as well. Well, take it down now and take a listen in with some of the other guys right now. TJ Lear joins us on the call here, and TJ, making your way from the heats into this A main. I thought, honestly, the way everyone sounded like they were going to try to lower off a little bit from the sheer aggression and chaoticness, but Frank, in your words too, that has been the complete opposite.
Yeah, no. These guys are not taking it easy whatsoever. I'm just hanging back at this point. I don't want to get caught up in this mess. I'm already with only one fast repair to go, so it's just best if I chill until like the end at least, or until like the end of the stage. I don't want to end my night early, so with the way these guys are driving, I'm like back here and I can see them going below the yellow line, getting back up on the track, going 3 wide. I think I even saw 4 wide at some points, so these guys are definitely not taking it easy anymore. They are just, I call them a pack of wolves.
But why is that exactly? Like, why are they being a pack of wolves and trying to play this kind of level of aggression, this kind of ideals here, instead of trying to, just kind of watch the time, watch the limits, and then see how long they go before the laps really wind down to make those big moves?
I really have no true answer except for you give iRacers 2 fast repairs, unlimited tires, and send them out on a super speedway in an all-star race, and they just they just start going at it, I guess. I don't really know what their mentality is right now. They're just pushing it way too hard and just wrecking everybody and ending their nights, and just, it's a mess.
Well, that is certainly one way to put it, DJ. So, but nevertheless, man, we do appreciate your time here and a little insight and maybe what you're there thinking. But we'll see we know what you're thinking though to try to make it to the front here. So best of luck to you there, man.
Thank you.
Give credits due, folks. Just trying to keep himself out of the pits and out of the mess and hoping for the best here. So right now, stage number 1 about to come to a close. There are a few more laps remaining though before we end that out. Have to see who could get the nerves situated out and the reins put to supreme here. Gonna reel him down off the edges here. The green lights flickering on for pit road. That means we're gonna get him settled back down to the Speedmaster restart zone. The iRacers of SRM Truck Series back at it again. Gonna slack them right down off the edges here and down through the corners they go. The 4-wheel was on the bird on the jump there with Joe Tardif. Try to block him off from taking the stage. 3 deep in the middle though. Nowhere to really lay out, nowhere to give up there. Watch out for Patrick Jenks too. Jenks waiting patiently, finds an opening and a time to strike, but will he go completely down? He will. Leaves everybody else ahead of him, and out top, high and dry. Coming down around one more time. Looks like Hinkle might have a slight advantage. Coming to the line for the stage break end, and he will indeed. Stage break coming up. One more lap to go. Hinkle though trying to avoid trouble. He knows Dominic Lee is right behind him and he could be a bit of a nuisance to him. Lee involved in a wreck earlier on there, unfortunately. Brings Collins. Trying not to get in the same predicament, the same boat again here as they're going to lead him back down. Collins and Patterson teammates. Using each other as a bit of a draft partner, a bit of a draft to help Patterson last time out, putting on a great run and a little show move there, taking it all out on the track. Uh-oh, and speaking of trouble though, on for the front straightaway again, another huge pileup ensuing. Well, we gotta take a look at the Speedmaster replay here and see what all went down there on that front straightaway as the stage break does come to a close end there. Yeah, you can see just when everything went completely haywire, a lot of drivers getting trapped up in there and didn't know what to do. Take another look at it here and see what we can see there. Looks like Philip Willis tried to intervene and caught Dominic Lee and caught a few other guys, Joe Tardif as well, and then sent everybody else to the madhouse there and packed around off the corners. Deal goes into pit road. When we come back, more action to be had. We'll continue our showcase here. The All-Star Race of the SRM Truck Series. It's tonight's race here of the SRM All-Star Race presented in part by our friends at Speedmaster Boats. And you guys need the fastest in RC radio controlled boats out there. Only one brand name can go above all else. And that is, of course, Speedmaster Boats. Be sure to visit them up at www.speedmaster.com for more information. A lot of drivers right now currently just trying to weigh out the options, trying to make sure they can stay out of trouble and really just at this point stop finding themselves trapped between a rock and a hard place, and at the same time trying to make sure they just don't get these trucks too compact and tightened together. Everyone in this race has been a part of something. They haven't been able to escape out. So we are in stage number 2 now, race fans. The drivers currently being prepped up and ready to get back at it here. Still on our lap around the track here again. Drivers still having to focus in and really keep things under control, under the limits here. Lean them back down now. Here we go. Stage number 2 begins. Well, say they are going to waste any time getting themselves back into a fight here, I think is an understatement. Nobody is safe from these guys, and no one is safe from the roundabout hard racing they want to bring to the table today. Lining back on around the edge here. Lucy Newmacher, Robert Gray, TJ Lear, they're all battling for the race lead. Robert Gray in that mix-up as well. Everybody right now tighten in the double file packs here. Looks like they may be trying to be a little bit more lenient. Maybe trying to get a few more laps under the track and under the cars here. Not even halfway done with this race yet. So much flying on the field and so much momentum on the laying field here. Down in the middle there, onto the edge of the playing field. Looks like a 99 of Rick Courtney making a good little drop back into the field. Philip Willis there in the 4 and the 98 Dominic Lee. They all get trapped back in their low off. That Mingo as well. Trying to avoid trouble, trying to avoid any issues there. Gets himself in a bit of a pickle and then into a bind. A lot of laying of the playing field here. A lot of guys right now trying to get, and gals too, trying to see where the field lies, where the momentum controls. Oh, not again. Oh, not again. Here, more wrecking and more carnage ensuing here. And the All-Star Race drivers can't seem can get away from all of this here. They just continue to find another way to get trapped into the mess and into the pileups there on the track end. Take another look at it here. Bill Wells getting Ray Courtney. It looks like Newmarker getting just kind of laid off again there and just nowhere to go. There really isn't anywhere to go. And Lord, Racing Lords have mercy on their souls for what's going to happen next, as always, in there. Stage number 2 here, getting us at least the halfway point, but things just continue to escalate more as we go along with this race today. So field double filed in again here, past the halfway point. Now all it takes is just a little bit more momentum and a little bit more give, and you'll see what happens next. Daniel Pinkston and TJ Lear gonna send them on their way down to the green flag race start zone. Here we go again, stage 2, still with a few laps remaining. And a yellow flag out again there. Couldn't quite catch what happened, but we do know Grant Turner has got a major problem on his hands. The motor may have just gotten completely dismantled in there. looks like Philip Willis yet again involved in the wreck. Let's see kind of what happened there, unfortunately, that caused this scenario to pop up and this situation to happen to the Publix 4. Singleton, Zachary Stevens, they got collided up into one another. And Turner, that's what blew his motor out completely. Everybody just trying desperately to get out of the way or avoid carnage. And yet they still find a way to put themselves into that carnage. Well, now let's see from here what goes down or what really plays out, but they are nearing stage 2's ends here, the last wind off here at Talladega. So there they go again, right on off down for the front straightaway here, the Speedmaster restart zone. Stage number 2. Putting them final laps up on the board. Yielding down off the track side here, Gray with the lead, Hinkle behind. Remember, both guys were literally in the race hunt and all that from the heats. Now they literally are battling it out here for the absolute leader spot. Coming back around right now, laps winding down, time of the essence. Gray moving ahead, Sharon Slade, another driver who's going for the heats, starting to move back up to the front here. Noah Hinkle, and it looks like Ray Courtney also right into the bunch. Can either of them possibly make some moves here, make some runs for the top spot? Stacked up on the top side right now, the number 47 of Zachary Stevens here, looking to try to make or break some openings here and try to take control where they can and where they are most valuable at. Three deep on the top to the bottom, and Gray right now just looking like he might be being thrown a whole lot of madness in behind him. That's the best way to explain it, really. Didn't even think about it too. Gray defends him off though and blocks everyone through to the front stretch. He will continue to lead it out. Last winding down though, we've only got about 2 laps remaining here. And Courtney now moving up ahead. Ray right now looking to possibly steal this one out. Taking control over the field here and take over the track. Around the front straightaway here right now, they have got one more lap left here in the stage. Stage number 2 about to come to a close. Robert Gray trying to get one last big push here from Grant Turner down the middle end, trying to punk him up to the top side. As you see the field working their way down and with him. Dominic Lee also in that battle and that scrounge. Every driver for themselves here. Ray looks like he might have got this one wrapped up quite well, but he is not out of the woods yet. He still has to get to the finish line. Turner down the bottom though, and he got it lined up perfectly as Philip Willis and Daniel Pinkston wreck it out. Turner will win the stage, and major positioning for him and his team will help out tremendously here. 7th caution of the day though, and another crazy little spot mixed up. Pinkston looked like he just got completely doored in and taken for a ride. and really had nowhere to go from or to get out of. And I think at this point he's probably feeling like he's a prize fighter stuck in a matchup as a rookie against Mike Tyson. Got tripped up. Hankel there, he got him slammed in there too. Mingo and Pinkston were the ones that made contact there down on the back half, unfortunately causing the wreck to happen and the caution to fly back on out. Here we go, 17 laps will remain here on the show here. Grant Turner and Robert Gray get to fight it out amongst themselves here. We're going to lean it back, green flag high in the air. It's time to go one more time. Final stage. The All-Star race. And the crazy thing is we haven't really seen that huge aggression for a few laps now. These guys, I think it might be time for them to get them figured out here. Deep on the middle to the top yet again. We're gonna bring them back through the field and back in too much time on hand. They know there is not a lot of playing pieces though to really keep up here. You gotta be careful when you make your move and make your mark, and I think they know that way too well. Robert Gray though staying to his guns. Turner gonna do the same. They're in the middle down the bottom. Zachary Stevens coming up high, climbing quickly here as Patrick Jenks kind of got slammed in with him. They are now 4 deep in, and that's what we were a little worried about. Dominic Lee grappled and draped into the mix, and yet again more trouble ensues. Another look at it here, as you can just see how close they were getting, how close they were on target. Zachary thought he had a run there, and it looked like as well Neuenmacher was thinking that they can get out of that one too, but did not quite play the same level, I guess you could say. Looks like 3 trucks involved. Singleton getting a slight tap there on the end there. Chaos and madness all around here, to say the least. Well, we're not quite done yet here, folks. Still about 12 laps when we get back down to the green. I don't know really at this point who you can really rely on or trust in to really put this one away, but either way, could go either way here. Gray getting a good start out of the gate. Zachary Stevens going to try to lean him back down on the back there as Turner goes up topside with him. Dominic Lee right in the mix in the middle up as well. They'll lean him back off from the field. Well, laps left on the position and on the field here. These guys at this point will leave nothing on the table, and at this point I don't really think they've left anything on the table to begin with this entire day. Been absolutely madness and chaos throughout. Nothing has been safe. We're just kind of seeing what can go down from here and who really stays out of the troublesome playing field now. Well, Zachary Stevens said earlier on he was going to lay low until he absolutely had to for later. Going back down on the fight now. 10 laps remain. Something has got to give. Robert Gray right in the middle, down to the top in the paddock here. Grant Turner trying to hang on, trying to stabilize it down through the field. Nothing left on the table and everything all on the line still. Traffic up ahead. Everybody going topside trying to avoid the 24. Kelly Hyatt. Not enough time though. Zachary Stevens gets clipped again. And another round of wrecking out. Looked like he got the number 9 of Daniel Pinkston as they were trying to avoid the traffic, and more problems ensued. Just drove right up. Pinkston had nowhere to go. Ray Courtney, excuse me. Just nowhere to be had except the wrecking and ensuing nature that followed with it. At this point, really just gotta kind of go with it and just hope for the best here and see what really brings down to the table. So here we go now. When they get it back to the line, we have 5 laps remaining. Title hopes on the line for the All-Star race. To claim this one would mean the world to many. It'd be the one a lot of them want to take to the house. Who will give or break first in this case? We're going to bring him back down through the final corners of 3 and 4 with 5 laps remaining. Somebody is going to go crazy here. Gonna bring him back to the house here. Final 5 laps on your screen. Here we go. For those that are still left in this shootout, in this final fight, they only have one thing left really to remain, and that is to stay in control of their own destiny. Grant Turner jumping right up ahead. Dominic Lee gonna go right below him there. Robert Gray gonna mix it in the middle. Matt Mingo right in the middle, trying to bounce and trying to fight everything they can up on the shot. Dominic Lee gonna mix it up a little bit, trying to see if there's any run or any room to get that Devin Turner ahead of that top back above him, and then maybe a chance to swing their way around through the corners. Seemingly though, there is not a lot of room to be making mistakes here. Oh no, not again. They're trapped, and now it's another huge wreck. 3, 4 of them, 5, everybody getting clingered in. Just madness once more. And another big pileup will send us to a green-white checkered finale here. And these drivers know they are going crazier than ever right now, just trying to stay out of trouble or just trying to avoid all the consequences that a plate track brings to the table. Tardev got pushed into Mingo, and Gray got clipped around, the 3 wide off, packed and stacked, and then drafted into the pack. What on earth is this group going to do next, I wonder? They've only got a green-white checker attempt coming up, but man, they have absolutely put themselves to their limits and to their end here. This field right now, knowingly, gonna get thrown to the wolves with a green-white checkered attempt of Bruin. As they rack up right down off the back straightaway, huge ensuing. Final lap time. Turner trying to hold him off though. He's got TJ Lear leading him right back into the field. Looking for the end. Trying to hang on though. Gonna go right down off the corner ends here as they lead him to the checkered flags. Coming down off the ends, Turner and Lear. One final drive, but they both connect. Their drag racing right to the end. My word, it's TJ Lear with the line. The 85 will hold him off by a matter of inches to the thousandth of a second. TJ Lear makes his way from the heats to win in the A main. What a performance. The All-Star Race winner. TJ probably just in disbelief. He was able to take him down to the line. I'm willing to know how close was that though to the line, to the end. They literally gave it their heart. But TJ finally getting told he's got this one locked in to win. Turner will come up just a little bit short. Race results now on your screen. There is the official results. Last night it was 3,000 of a second. Tonight it's 2,000 of a second to the line. Oh my word. Turner gets beat out. Lear takes it home. Mingo goes third. Patterson goes fourth. Fifth to Patrick Jenks. Sixth to Ray Courtney in their debut here. Brayson Collins going 7 after all the madness he suffered through. Kelly Hyde going 8. Ninth to Sharon Slate. She'll bring it home in our top 10. And 10th to Philip Willis after all the just flat out insanity he went through today. Let's get this night wrapped up and let's talk with our top 3. Matt Mingo joins us now, and Mingo, as you're going flying around on the parks here, a 3rd place finish for you today here in the All-Star race. Congratulations on that, but I certainly got a feeling you were expecting possibly a little bit more momentum, a little bit of a more chance, except for the chaos that ensued throughout today.
Oh yeah, I definitely was hoping for a top or like a finish up front, further ahead, obviously, because damage kind of didn't let that happen. That last caution, yeah, it ruined a win, a possible win. But I mean, things happen. I'm still happy with the top 3.
Yeah, happy with the top 3. A little smoke out of that transmission out of the truck as well here, but I know you definitely needed to kind of get a good little position, get a little key out here to really prove something to the guys. Do you think this will help out as we get later on here to get the confidence back to a new level?
Oh, I hope so. I mean, this is the first top, I think, second top 3, first one in a while. Yeah, it just kind of sucks knowing that I had a car that had a good chance of winning, and then late race caution, things happen, but we'll get them next time.
Certainly the case indeed. Mingo, anybody want to thank real quick for this 3rd place finish?
I'd like to thank the team, JDM, Patrick. It's his birthday, so everyone wish him happy birthday. I can't remember the sponsors on this car, but yeah, all the sponsors I'd like to thank, and you and everyone who makes this race and league happen.
For sure there. All right, Matt, congratulations on this 3rd today here, sir. We certainly hope to see you back on out here soon enough.
Thank you. See you next week.
See you next week indeed, Matt Mingo. Well, a couple weeks now, actually, Mingo, as we now visit in our 2nd place driver here, Grant Turner. Turner, I know this one's going to be a little heartbreaking to hear, but 2,000 of a second to the line, you and Lear, the antithesis of beating and banging to the line, a la what we've seen before at tracks like Darlington 03 and even on this show before at Talladega and Daytona. I know this one's going to hurt a little bit, but how'd you feel after this one, man?
Feels great. I did think about that Darlington race. I almost wanted to put TJ into the wall that hard, but I wanted to be respectful and hope I got him right at the line. But good win by TJ. It was a whole lot of fun. Would love to do it again.
Love to see it again, too. I know it got a little bit chaotic, a little bit crazy there from point A to point B, but for you and this team, how much did the 2nd place podium at least give you the idea to maybe bring something into those playoffs here when we get soon enough in just to January?
Hopefully we could take the momentum from this into the playoffs so we can work our way up and hopefully win the championship at the end.
Title will be on the line soon enough here, but Turners, you're going to come away today 2nd place. Who do you want to thank for all of it?
I want to thank all the sponsors like Speedmaster, as well as thanking Splash and Go Graphics for making my truck livery. Looks nice, runs nice. I'm glad we can keep this thing going as long as we can.
For sure there, Turner. Congratulations on a 2nd place today, sir.
Thank you so much.
Grant Turner may come away 2nd, but in his heart, he won that one out. But the guy that will at least put on the radar in the standings book, TJ Lear, is going to be that guy winning it out here. TJ, man, 2,000 seconds of the line.
Go!
Bit excited under that truck, ain't you?
Oh, man. Even if it's just an all-star race, I mean, having not won in quite some time, any win like this feels just incredible, and I cannot even fathom it right now. That was can't even put it into words. This is like This is a great feeling, being able to take it back to victory lane after over a year of trying. I don't even know. I thought I lost it, honestly. From my point of view, it looked like Grant was ahead of me, but then as the scoring caught up, it said I was first, and that was just like my heart, man. I shaking a little bit, honestly. This is crazy, man.
I mean, you literally sound like you're about ready to be on cloud 9 the way you're talking.
Honestly, it's where I'm at it right now, actually. All I can say that I took from that finish is it's not over till it's over. Freaking, they started crashing, and I just put my foot in it, hoping that they'd part in front of me, and they did, and it was just Grant and I just duking it out there at the line. He got into me a little bit, I think, but we actually kept it clean. That was an incredible finish. Great driving by him. Got to give props to him for that. Really tried it, gave it his all there. I gave it my all, and it's just like awesome. This is stellar, man. I can't believe it.
Absolutely indeed. Well, hey man, you gotta win. You got one after a long time coming back. What do you want to thank for all this, sir?
Everybody. I thank them for my third place finish. Everyone, all the sponsors, everyone who supports me, all my friends, my family, sponsors, even Josh Patterson, who designed this paint scheme, gave me a really good scheme to win with. So I gotta thank everybody for making everything happen. So
Hey, TJ.
incredible. Hey, Patrick.
We just want to say from SRM and rest of the leagues and drivers, congratulations on your win. It's
Thank you.
$100, 5 playoff points, and you're getting that trophy at the end of the year.
Oh man, I can't. Thank you so much. Thanks for hosting this race, by the way, and hosting the entire league. I wouldn't be able to be in this position right now if it weren't for you guys. So, just thank you. Thank
Christian,
you.
amazing job.
Thank you to Christian too for broadcasting this season.
Yep.
Just thanks to everybody.
It's all part of the job, man. But hey, man, you did your job today. That's all that matters. Talladega. TJ, congratulations on this one,
sir.
buddy.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, TJ Lear will wrap up his campaign here today with a win and a big, big time moment. Jenks, any final words, I guess?
Just some parting words to PTM and the rest of the drivers. Guys, have a merry off season and a happy Christmas.
Well, no, I'm pretty sure somebody said that a little while ago, but I think they were said a little bit better on your end than I would have said for him. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it loud from Jenks there. Merry off season, happy Christmas, everybody. Have a wonderful time, and we'll see you guys in due time in 2023. See you next time on the show.